How do we create our ideal future from the heart? We're going to talk about that this morning. This is Tom Kieran with the Be Something Wonderful studio of Higher Consciousness in San Diego, California, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Guys, welcome back. Happy New Year 2021. New Year's Eve, guys, and I thought following on from our lesson this morning about manifesting your miracle year, I want to talk about how to create your future from the heart. This is based on the teachings of Dr. Joe Dispenza, drjoedispenza.com. And the first thing I want to say before we move into how to do it and talk about the heart and the heart's role in creation, we want to, and I touched on this a little bit earlier, there's nothing to regret, there's nothing to fix, and there's nothing to do over. Leave the past in the past. Let the dead bury the dead, as Jesus said. Let the dead bury the dead. There's only now. And we talked about Neville Goddard and the idea of revision. That's a good exercise. That's just revising the past. And it's not trying to fix it or regret over it or do over. It's actually just revising it from the heart, how you would have liked it to gone. And then you don't have to revisit it. Then it's changed. Once you change the past, it's done, and it affects your present and your future. So that's the first thing I want to say. So let's talk about the heart. The heart, really, and all the ancients have talked about it. There's even some lost teachings of Jesus that I'll talk about in the next lesson that talks about actual Gnostic point of view of the spiritual creation of the universe. What we talk about all the time is what Jesus actually talked about in these lost teachings. So we'll hit that. But the idea of the heart, that's where the inner knowing is. That's where the wisdom comes from. That's where our intuition comes from. Very critical when you're creating your future, when you want to deliberately create what you want your life to be like, deliberately creating your future dream. And what's key to that is these elevated emotions. These elevated emotions come from the heart. Love, gratitude, compassion, joy, oneness, kindness. These are the emotions, these heartfelt emotions that are the powerful creative tool to create your desired reality. It's not just thought. Thoughts are a part of it, but the thought on itself doesn't have the charge that the elevated emotions have. So we're going to talk about that. So what's the formula? Your new future, your new manifestation of what you want for 2021 or forever is the intention. That's the brain. The way Dr. Dispenza talks about it is that's the brain coherence. A clear, coherent intention, right? This is where you really line up your thought on what you want. Add to that the elevated emotions, these elevated emotions of love and gratitude, for example. That's the heart coherence. So you've got, once you add the brain coherence and the heart coherence, the electrical charge from the brain and the thoughts and the intention to the magnetic charge from the heart, the elevated emotions, then you're into the future. You're creating your new future reality. Yeah, you're affecting it by, you've set the intention that you want in the future. You've got into the emotions. You felt what it was like to be in the future with those elevated emotions from the heart. This goes to very similar to what Neville Goddard talks about, feeling the wish fulfilled, feeling as if, right? Feeling from the end. This is the same idea. This is how the emotion is the way we communicate with that quantum field, right? This is what Dr. Joe Dispenza, or what we call that God consciousness, right? That consciousness of that original substance, that divine intelligence, that divine matrix. The way we communicate with the divine matrix is through our elevated heart emotions, right? Thoughts plus heart equals the creation. The thought is the intention, what you want to create, but to communicate with that field, we've got to have those elevated emotions from the heart. So how do we do it? Normally, we feel those emotions when an outside event triggers them. Outside world, cause, and then we have these elevated emotions. What you want to do to move to deliberately create your future, you want to cause these elevated emotions. Not from an outside event. You want to garner them from within you. How do you do it? Joe talks about, basically, the Bible has said it, it's been taught by all spiritual teachers, be still and know God, right? So it's a form of meditation of, close your eyes, breathing in, and then exhaling and feeling it coming from the heart. Start to feel those emotions coming from the heart. That's how you get in touch with it. That's the only way, guys. And then you become just like we get in the habit of negative emotion, you can get in the habit of positive emotion. It's no more difficult. The only reason we think it's difficult is because we've created these negative beliefs. And beliefs are just thoughts that you keep on thinking, and they become ingrained in thoughts. And we memorize these negative emotions. So what you got to do is start memorizing the positive emotions. The negative emotions will be, like a nail, will be driven out as you memorize this positive emotion. What it feels like to feel these elevated emotions, where you are the causer, as opposed to the outside world causing you to feel elevated emotions, right? And it's almost with the negative emotions, it started by outside events causing those negative emotions, but your body has memorized them. So any event comes up, negative emotions start getting triggered, or we start remembering them. The way to do it is we start remembering the positive. We get heart coherence. We start thinking of creating that within us, not from an outside event, from inside. So you can do that through the breathing exercise. So guys, this is beautiful. This is the way. This is the only way to create your reality. This is in line with all what the masters said. Even Neville Goddard, all the other teachers are talking about the same thing. You've got to feel it. You've got to feel those elevated emotions. Then you match that with the intention. Even reality transurfing with Vadim Zeland says that it's the unity of heart and mind. Heart being the elevated emotions, mind being the intention and thought. So all of them say the same thing. This is another way of looking at it. This is how your new future is created, guys. You give it thought, you give it an intention, a coherent thought and coherent intention, not just a one-off, right? You've got the picture of it. That has the electrical charge. Then the elevated emotions have the magnetic charge. Those together are sent out into that quantum field to draw to you your future, your ideal future now. Pretty incredible, pretty impressive. Use this, guys, for 2021. A new year, it's a new you, it's a new quantum you. Yes, the new quantum you. Okay, guys, that's all I have for now. Practice this. We'll talk some more. This is Tom Kieran with the Be Something Wonderful studio of Higher Consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the subscription button. It's a caricature of me with a headset. Hit the notification button so you never miss a video, and comment and share our videos. That's how we get our word out, right? That's how we get our message out. Until next time, this is Tom with Be Something Wonderful. See you soon.